Hey there, Tom Davies at Fairway Mortgage in Edmond, Oklahoma. Today we're going to talk about prepaid expenses. We call them prepaid because it's money you're paying in advance. In addition to your closing costs and your down payment, this money is also due at the closing table. Now, prepaid expenses are made up of three elements: daily interest, 1 year of homeowner's insurance, and escrow account. Now let's get started. The daily interest calculation, we do this because in the mortgage industry we want your payment to be due on the first day of the month. So we're going to collect some interest in advance from you in order to get on that schedule. So here's how I calculate daily interest. In our scenario, I have a $200,000 loan at 4.5%. So annual interest is $9,000. I divide that by every day of the year and I come up with $24.66 in daily interest. Then on the day we close, in my scenario, I close on the 15th of the month, right in the middle of the month. I'm going to collect interest from that day to the end of the month. So the rest of the month has 17 days of interest. I multiply it times my daily calculation, I come up with $419. So that's the amount we'll collect from you at the closing table. Now, as you can see, this number could vary a lot. If I close on the last day of the month, it might just be 1 day of interest. If I close on the first day of the month, it might be the entire month's interest. But know that there's no free days of interest. There's no way to game the system and pay less. You're always going to pay interest either in front of you or behind you. So after you close, the following month, in our scenario we closed in May, so the following month is June, we're not going to collect a payment from you. During the month of June, the interest will accrue or add up. Then on July 1st, your first payment is due. So when you make a payment in the home loan world, a mortgage world, and really in any installment loan, you're paying interest behind you. So in the month of July, on the 1st, my payment's due. The $1,013 represents the principal and interest payment of $200,000 at 4.5% over 30 years. So that $1,013 payment, the difference between these two, which is $200 and something, that goes to principal. So that's how the daily interest calculation works. Next up is homeowner's insurance. Now we're going to collect 1 full year from you at the closing table. So you're paid 1 year in advance. I'm not in the insurance business. I'm not going to sell you the policy. You're going to go out and shop for that yourself. Bring it to me and we'll charge you 1 year at the closing table. Then comes the escrow account. Now, escrow actually means to place in custody or trust. So imagine you're going to give us some money, we're going to set it on the sidelines, and it's going to do two things for you. In December, it's going to pay your property taxes. And then on the anniversary date of your closing, 1 year, it's going to pay another full year of insurance. Remember, you paid a year at closing, it'll pay another year a year from now. And the way we do that is by collecting some. Every month when you make a payment, we collect 1 month of taxes and 1 month of interest from you. So this is what a monthly payment looks like. I've got the principal and interest amount, 1 month of taxes, 1 month of insurance, and if your home has mortgage insurance, we'll collect that too, but that's another topic. So here is what an escrow account actually visually looks like, and it's a pretty busy slide, so bear with me. I close in May. My first payment comes in July. Now I start up the account with $1,050, and I'll show you how I get to that number here in a minute. So in July, the taxes and insurance, your payment is putting money into the escrow account. Then in December, it'll pay your property taxes and the account will drop down. And then next year in May, it'll pay your homeowner's insurance and the account will drop to $700. And $700 is the lowest it can get. And I calculate that, which is the cushion. I calculate that by doing 2 months of taxes and 2 months of insurance. So $700 is the account balance lowest amount or cushion. And then what I do is I ask my software, if I'm going to get to 700 here, what do I have to start the account with? And my software, my spreadsheet, will calculate the 1,050 for me. So that's how we do an escrow account. So in our closing, or at the closing table, I've collected daily interest of $419, 1 year of homeowner's insurance for $2,400, and then an escrow account, I've put $1,050 into your escrow account. So this is a couple $100,000 home loan. Your escrow account has a little over $3,800 to start. Thanks for tuning in and check out my other videos.